Hi, and welcome to Troubleshooting Vue.js training course. My name is Christian Her, and I'll be your instructor and guide through this training course. Here is a little bit about me and my background. I am a full-time IT web instructor at a technical college in Southeast Wisconsin, USA, where I teach web development, computer programming, and databases. I have over 20 years of experience in web development and have designed, developed, and managed many websites throughout my career. I'm also an author for MC Press, Lynda.com, LinkedIn Learning, and PactPub.com. In the private sector, I have co-founded two privately owned and operated companies where we developed and produced computer games, mobile apps, and produced some great indie films. In my spare time, I like to roam around Quora, Stack Overflow, and other open source communities to respond to comments and answer questions. That's just my small contribution to the vast open source communities out there, which I truly love and support. Now that you know a little bit about me, let's go and take a look at what this course offers. In section 1, we'll learn some troubleshooting techniques. Then in section 2, we'll look at the Vue. This is the templated system, and we'll learn how to solve some common issues with the Vue. Then in section 3, we'll look at the Vue model or model and components and learn to troubleshoot errors with Vue components and data binding. In section 4, we'll look at web forms. Web forms are one of the most important components found in any website. We'll take a close look at some common issues and limitations with forms in Vue.js. Then in section 5, we'll learn to resolve issues with routing and state management. This is an extremely important section if you are building large and complex SPAs or single-page applications. And finally, we'll finish it off in section 6 with some basic unit testing and debugging techniques. As for prerequisites, you want to make sure you have the following. It's important that you have a good to solid understanding of web development and its processes. This includes knowing your HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and know how to build web pages, as well as understanding the DOM, the Document Object Model. You should also have a basic knowledge of the Vue.js framework, the object-oriented programming paradigm, the concepts of the model view controller, or the model view model architecture and how they work, because Vue.js is modeled closely with all of these architectures. And you should know your way around using the Windows or the Linux command line interface, because I'll be using most of the time to install modules and for unit testing. As for some extra information, you should have the following system requirements and configurations and tools in order to do exercise in this course. You need to have a modern computer with internet access. I'll be using it to download and fetching software packages directly from the internet, so it's important you have internet access at all times. You should also have some type of tools to edit your code, and I recommend an integrated development tool or one of these IDEs. I will be using the Visual Studio Code throughout the course. However, you can choose any one of these is fine. The nice thing about most of these is that they are completely free and they can be downloaded directly from the internet, except for WebStorm, which is a commercial product. You should also have the latest stable version of Vue.js installed. I prefer version 2.x or higher. Lastly, you want to make sure you have all of these packages installed as well. If you need help installing these packages, you can go directly to the websites and follow the simple instruction to install them. Most of the time, a couple of these components or packages come together as one. So for example, if you install Node.js, you would already have the npm installed as well. They come together. Okay, I think that's everything you will need for this course. So I'm excited, and if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started.